Do I need to say more? Winner gets the Los Angeles Lakers in round 2. Ain't no love lost here. Rockets, Thunder, Chris Paul, Westbrook, Harden. Oh yeah. Let me pull up the box score up earlier than normal.
James Harden guarded by Lou Dort. Dort has done a nice job on him, and he got
Harden.
but Harden got the putback to go on the offensive board.
I cannot believe they let him get that rebound.
This time Dort drives it in. Nice
Lou
move
Dort had
inside.
the game of his, literally the biggest game of his career.
Shoots the three-pointer better from the
Schroeder
corner,
rebound,
but he fails to connect.
27-25.
That's his second missed one from the corner.
Like, ain't nobody gonna just kind of like pull, pick me up. I've been one of the best scorers in this series. All right,
Free throw line.
take a shot.
Tell you what, OKC, they're getting some great looks on
The interesting thing about the Westbrook-Schroeder matchup is because they played together.
Chris Paul against Tucker.
Well, they would have played together
Guys
for a year
used to
or
going
two.
head-to-head. They grew
In OKC.
within miles of each other.
I know Westbrook used to give, because Schroeder probably had to be the point guard of the second unit, right? I'm assuming that Schroeder probably ran the second unit in practices. So I'm sure Westbrook used to give Schroeder the business in practice. But in this series, Schroeder's been much more effective than Westbrook. That's interesting, right? As Baisley drills the three.
He embraces that type of challenge.
Chris Paul finds Luguentz Dortz. You're going to hear that name a lot in this highlight. Gives the Thunder the 3-point lead. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive finds, guess who, y'all? Luguentz Dort for 3.
Adjust your defense to close out a little strong.
He was a fool in this one.
By 4, Dort has scored 10 of their last 13.
Shai off the dribble. Guess who? Inside to Luguentz Dort.
Who would have thought?
We be adding the S or a Z to Dortz, but it's really Dort. Luguentz Dort. His name is James Harden. You knew his name, though. Oh, you definitely knew his name. Beautiful pass to Covington. Robert Covington, Jeff Green. They were really big in this game. Yeah, and Eric Gordon as well. The others were really big in this one. Covington. Oh, the thing about the Rockets, right? People not going to believe this, but here's the truth of the Rockets. The Rockets have been the best defensive team in the playoffs. That's the truth. That's the truth. Whether you believe that or not, I'm telling you the truth. So, small ball, as Eric Gordon drills the 3 to give the Rockets a 4-point lead. Small ball is allowing for the Rockets just to have to go all out every possession, right? Because they're so small, if they're going to get a stop, it's straight energy and effort. And I think it's been working for them. I did not expect this small ball lineup to work. I think the Rockets are going to lose to the Lakers next round, right? But, I mean, you have to admit the small ball thing is working. Because Steven Adams was not great in this series. I know he had 10 points, 9 rebounds in Game 7. He was not great in this series. Westbrook on the tape. I think Anthony Davis will be much more aggressive against that. And, Dwight or whomever, as Luguentz Dort drills the 3. Thunder are down 5 here in the third. Jeff Green. Beautiful. That's too easy. I mean, he's a professional basketball player. He's going to make that. 8-point game. Shai. Schroeder. Harden, you going to play around with me out there? You playing my drive? Cool. I put that work in. Harden, like, you say you put that work in. I do. I just didn't show it on that possession. Harden was struggling in this one. He really had a bad game offensively. 4-15 from the field. Still managed to chip in 17 points, 9 assists for his Rockets ball club. Luguentz Dort, beautiful fake. Luguentz Dort had a game-high 30. I'm watching this game in the third quarter, right? The conversations were starting to happen again, like, yo, is Harden choking again? he has a history of choking in big games, especially on offense. And he's never been a great defender. His effort on the defensive side of the ball has never been great. But he made up for it late as Westbrook gives the Rockets, the 2-point lead. We're tied at 80 here. And Westbrook again going to the rim. Russell Westbrook, 9 of 20 from the field in this one. Did have 20 points. Jeff Green's get a look. Let's move on to the fourth. Rockets up 5 after 3. Oh my goodness, CP3. I know you did not just do that. That was pretty. Woo, EG. And I felt like the Thunder kind of took Eric Gordon for granted in this series. Too many times you look up and he's got like 17, 20 points. And again, the Rockets playing the best defense in the bubble. So you look up and those 17, 20 points, I mean, that's a fourth to fifth of their points, right? So that's a big deal. CP3 looking, pulling. And when he made this one, I was like, okay, it's that time. Chris about to do what he do best. And then he got this steal to Schroeder. I'm like, it's about to be Chris Paul time. I'm like, y'all about to go home. I'm sorry. I'm like, Houston about to. Then this one, he was rocking Robert Covington to sleep. He was putting him to sleep. He loved that matchup with Covington. Harden made a big bucket there. He took a break and came back in. And Harden finds Covington. This is a big play from Covington. I thought this was a big time shot from Covington. Then he did it again. Both of those threes, man, Covington to answer those 2 threes from Chris Paul, big deal. Thunder down 3. Who do you call on? Lou Gentz, Dort. We're tied at 99. 3:42 to go. Is Harden. Tough. Ain't nobody foul you. But that was a tough lay-in. Dort had been playing them decently all series. Westbrook to Tucker. No. But hold on to that, though. I want y'all to remember that. That's a big play from Tucker, not making that 3. I'll tell you why in a second. As Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets a look to give the Thunder the 1-point lead. And I felt like Shai played tentative. He wasn't his best version of himself in this series. But remember I told y'all about PJ Tucker missing that 3? So next time down, he doesn't take that corner 3. He fakes and gets to the rim. You don't see him do that a lot. Put the ball on the ground and gives the Rockets a 1-point lead. That's a big spot. Rockets play great defense again. They force a miss. Adams can't get the ball. It ends up in the hands of EG. EG's about to turn it over. Look at this. He'll turn it over. Thunder get their best chance right here. It's Chris. No foul call. Getting in the lane right there. Chris, he made that shot 1,000,000 times in his life. Misses. Leaves it short. And the rest of this highlight is a lot of mess. A lot of mess. Westbrook, no, to close or to give the Thunder a 3-point deficit. Schroeder finds Chris. This ain't nothing but a bunch of mess, man. This whole sequence. But I got to give all the credit in the world. Watch Harden, y'all. Watch Harden. He's in the paint. He's roaming. Look at him. Look at this block from James Harden. Look at that game-saving block from James Harden. Dort was shooting the best he probably ever shot in his life. I'm pretty sure that was going through the bottom of the nets. Harden struggling offensively. Gets the block. Refs got to go to the monitor to see how much time left on the clock. Ends up with Covington shooting free throws. And guess what, y'all? Covington's going to make the first. And he's going to miss the second. Which means the Thunder are only down 2. Don't even need a 3. Timeout with 1 second to go. Only need a 2. Adams got Tucker on him, and Tucker's kind of playing off. Why Adams ran to the ball, I don't understand. The play was apparently for Danilo Gallinari. It don't matter. The Thunder are eliminated. The Rockets. Big play from Harden. Give him all the credit in the world for that. Had a bad game. Could have easily slouched on defense. He wanted to play the Lakers. And he made the play to do that. I think the easy conversation is to come on here and talk about how bad or Westbrook and Harden continue to be in big-time games. I ain't gonna do that today. Somebody else will do it. It ain't gonna be me. When you play as hard as Russell Westbrook did in that game, and when you make a play like that from James Harden, guys like me, I'm consistent with mine though. You know, I can't speak for everybody out there. I'm consistent with mine. That play makes up for every shot he missed in that basketball game. That is an incredibly big play from James Harden. You save your team the game. Now, I mean, that slate's clean. Nobody cares anymore. And maybe that confidence that he had in Game 7 could propel Harden if there's a Game 6 or Game 7 against the Lakers. Now, I will say this. The Rockets were able to play that small ball lineup. They're going to have problems against the Lakers with that lineup. And they've had success against the Lakers in a regular season. I think Westbrook's averaged like 38 against the Lakers this year. But the difference for me is, the talk is going to be about Anthony Davis dominating the Rockets down low. But look at the basketball that Dwight's playing. He is going to want to destroy. I don't believe him and Harden get along that well. Remember, Dwight played in Houston. Dwight's going to want to destroy James Harden and the Rockets down low. So you better watch out for JaVale McGee and Dwight. We got big fellas not named Anthony Davis that can punish you down low. Not to mention that guy that goes by the name of LeBron James. He's going to want a couple of baskets in the paint as well. I think it's a tough task for the Rockets. I say Lakers in 6. But congratulations to the Houston Rockets on getting past OKC. It would have been a lot of different conversations had this morning if the Rockets lose that game. A lot of different conversations. A lot of jobs would have been at stake this morning. I'm out.